Taste of Country Nights, Evan and Amber here with Michael Ray. What's happening, dude?
What's up, man? How y'all been?
Good, man. We're pumped for the EP coming out, man, at the end of the month. Now, Whiskey and Rain is cracking the top. What are you gonna do when it's number one? What's the celebration?
Man, I celebrate.
Maybe a tattoo.
Well, I'm sleeving out the rest of this arm soon, my right arm. I got some ideas I want to do, but
how about like a neck tat?
Yeah, what if I just have like whiskey on one side and rain on the other? Yeah. Put a big and symbol in the middle. Yeah.
You won't.
If we get that multiple.
You get a multiple week number one. You're doing.
Yeah. I'm like, damn it, Evan.
We saw something about you recording vocals in your manager's closet.
Yeah.
Is that something that it obviously worked? Is that something you're going to keep doing?
Man, yeah, we get that multiple again. I don't know. It might be. So my tour manager, he's an audio engineer as well, and so during quarantine we were cutting these songs like Whiskey and Rain. I think I only saw the band one time, and that was for a song called Didn't Know I Was Country that I wrote with Ashley Gorley and Taylor Phillips. We wrote that later and put it on the EP last, so that's why I saw the band. Other than that, we didn't even see the band during any of the making of this album. And then I recorded every vocal you hear, only one song was recorded in Ross's studio at his house, and the rest were recorded in my tour manager's closet in his front room. So Whiskey and Rain, the whole deal was done right there. Yeah, so we might have found a hidden little blessing, you know.
Well, I mean, it has to save you some money to not have to rent out a full studio space to record.
Yeah, and listen, I come from a trailer, so we're still pinching pennies around here.
Higher education, you collab with Kid Rock, Lee Brice, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, Tim Montana. How did you get with Billy Gibbons and Kid Rock? Like, how'd that happen?
Man, my buddy Tim Montana is like my brother, and we were just playing songs back and forth in his garage. We've been writing during quarantine and stuff, and he played Higher Education, and I'd been wanting a collaboration on this album. But I wanted to be very strategic with it. I wanted it to be like with friends. I didn't want it to be like, some like, I don't want to ride somebody's coattail or somebody just like pop up for no reason. Or, I wanted it to be an organic feeling. And I wanted it to be because there's so much influence in this album and there's so much a blend of what I grew up on and today. And I wanted it to make sense with that as well. And so Tim played me Higher Education, and it was just like, I listened to it again and I'm like, this might be it. So I was like, yo, man, what are you doing with this? And he said, nothing. And I go, what if we did like something cool? It's just this big, get our buddies together and just do this big moment. And so we get brainstorming, and he's real good friends. He's how I know Kid Rock and Billy Gibbons. So him and Billy Gibbons have a hot sauce together, like they're in business together. So they're really, really tight, and as well as Kid Rock. And so I was like, you think they would do it? And he's like, yeah, man, absolutely. And so Kid Rock, funny story. Kid Rock, now I've been buddies with Kid Rock for a few years now through Tim, but he was my first CD I ever bought for $2.
Whoa, the one with like bow it to bow?
Oh, dude, only God knows why.
Yeah.
Got one for you.
Oh, wow.
This is your shot.
Yeah.
All those. This kid, I don't even know this kid. I wouldn't even know if he was in the room right now. But when we were in 6th grade, this random kid on a school bus was like, hey, man, you play guitar? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, I got a CD for $2. Bring it tomorrow. So it's like kind of like I think I did my first drug deal like this. But it happened to be a Kid Rock CD. You know what I mean? It was like the movies, but different product. So I was like, all right. He's like, you bring this money. I got the stuff. I was like, all right. So I go to the bus the next day, and here's my $2. And it was that CD. And I played the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Man. And so for me, just being, good buddies with Kid Rock, and he's been there for me during some low times for me. And he's just one of my favorite artists and people. And he agreed to do it right away, and Billy Gibbons agreed to do it right away. And me and Tim Montana and Lee Brice were headed to Duck Hunt in Arkansas and played it for Lee. And Lee's like, man, I'd love to be on it. So we put Lee on it, and it's just been one of the, I don't know, man, the whole experience of this song was probably my favorite musical experience I've had so far, because my dad, his favorite band, ZZ Top, so like it's just a really cool full circle moment for me. And it just kind of organically happened with me and Tim playing demos back and forth, and so he's on there with me, and it's going to be fun to play live.
So of course, everyone's going to be looking to this EP for maybe a song about recent events in your life that you've gone through. Is there something on there?
No. No, not at all.
Okay.
No, not at all. I man, that ain't my thing. Never been my thing, and I don't want to relive any of that stuff. And I'm not the same guy as that time was, and I don't know. It's just not my. Anybody could go back and forth, and that we can make that happen, and it just doesn't. It seems exhausting to me, and so 2020 was a hell of a year enough for everybody that I want to come out of this as just I feel more me than ever. I feel more confident in what I want to do and what I want to say. And so I want to step out with that type of energy and not relive a lot of that stuff anymore, So we purposely took a focus and a path on a different turn of events. So
It's interesting to hear you say, like, this is the most I feel like I've ever been me, because this is your most traditional project to date, I feel like.
Yeah, it is, But I think, for during quarantine, because of all the stuff that was going on personally and everybody was going on, I think I got home. I was home a lot, and so I was doing a lot of stuff with people that I haven't spent quality time with in years. And then spending time with my family, and then the loss of my uncle, and all those moments. I think that just really put things in perspective for you. And I think when you have moments like that happen in your life, anybody that's gone through that, they know that you just got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and you got to go. You got to fix, move forward, and learn and move forward. And so I think with all that, I got to thinking, if they took this all away from us like that, what if that is it? What if that is it? What if that's the last project that they go, that's Michael Ray? Am I cool enough with that? Did I play the game too much? Did I not speak up when I should have? Did I want to do some things in my gut, but I didn't? And it was never for my team. My team, I do really have blessed to have a great label and management and every avenue where people hear you. Yeah, they want. It took me 3 albums pretty much to realize that they just want your dream to be a reality. And when my fear was like, well, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. What if I say this and it's wrong? Or what if they're like, all right, well, if you really want this song, and I'm like, shit, why they ask me if I really want it? You know what I mean? They don't like it. And in all reality, they're just trying to make you better,
Okay.
And so I think with all of that, I thought, well, no, I'm not 100% happy with what I put out. I'm happy and proud of the hits that we've had and where we've come with it.
Sure.
But I don't think there's always felt that little bit of me not being just feeling like I was holding things back, out of fear. And finally, all that went away. I think going through, obviously, publicly, too, what I've gone through and all the other stuff, I was like, well, bring it. Like, what else going to happen? You know what I mean? What else you got, world? Let's go. Yeah. And so I thought, man, screw this. I know what I want. And buddies of mine that aren't even in music were like, dude, we all know this about you, but like, that your sound doesn't say this about you. And I heard it enough from people that aren't in music that are fans of country music. And I was like, all right, God, I hear you.
Okay.
And so I went back to my team and I was like, here's what I want to do. When I was 8 years old learning Today I Started Loving You Again and He Walked on Water and Lady Down on Love and all these songs, that's what I fell in love with, But I also do love this current thing. So, but what if we married the two? Like, what if we took these things that we love about these songs and what if they came out today? And so we started working with Ross Copperman and really created what this record is now. And so I think that's why I just feel I'm so proud of this album that I just feel like it's confidently me. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind giving it to you and you bring it to whomever going,
right.
Yeah, dude, check this out. I just really feel very, very comfortable with this. And I don't know. I just feel like coming out of quarantine and all the other stuff, I'm like, well, hey, let's go. It's all out there now. Let's do it.
That's incredible. It really is that you come out on the other side like that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, there were some dark moments, but
yeah.